After the 212's victory, morale soared within the Galactic Republic. Commanders and Jedi spoke of how the attack of the 212 had forced the Confederacy to pause its offensives and recoup their losses. Citizens of the Republic rejoiced at the news, and before long war support was at the highest it had been for years. This war support soon reached the sterilized hallways of the Camino cloning facilities. The heroism of Waxer and Boyle led to a massive increase in Republic morale and in ARC troopers and clone cadets who were training as defenders of the Republic. However, this did not mean a universal spell of success for the Republic. A small task force led by Rear Admiral Moles, a small scouting fleet surveying the site of a possible Imperial outpost. The Republic was not at war with the Empire, so the fleet remained far away from the planet, so stealth units could be sent down. However, the flagship soon detected an incoming group of ships. A massive Hutt dreadnought entered range of the capital ships, along with two smaller support ships. The Republic opened fire and attempted to flee, but most vessels were destroyed.
I'm hit! The launch bay is gone. The torpedo launcher has been destroyed. Our launch bay has been disabled. Insurgents initiated. Our saboteurs have damaged their vehicle. Pull out! They've destroyed our torpedo launcher. Primary engine system is down. We've lost our launch bay. Our lasers have been destroyed.
Luckily, they managed to buy enough time for the flagship to retreat into hyperspace. The Rear Admiral informed Captain Rex of the incident, who then relayed the information to Captain Maguire of the Coalition. Tobruk and Maguire concluded that this was the work of their unknown enemy. They themselves sent a small force to investigate. They infiltrated the base and downloaded a set of coordinates to an Imperial ship. The base was just an outpost in order to coordinate the movement of the Imperial Special Weapons program. Tobruk and Maguire contacted the rebels and arranged a meeting with them to share their information. The rebel higher-ups had information of their own. The Special Weapons program was housed inside a massive Impella fleet carrier. It was under the jurisdiction of the Tarkin Initiative, a massive organization created by Grand Moff Tarkin. The Grand Moff shared the Emperor's love for secret weapons and superweapons, so the Emperor allowed its creation and has been heavily funding the Tarkin Initiative since. The rebels agreed with Tobruk that the Impella needed to be destroyed and organized a plan. The Initiative and the Impella was guarded by Tarkin troopers, brainwashed stormtroopers equipped with experimental weapons. The rebels dispatched 2 Mon Calamari star cruisers and a Starhawk battleship to intercept the Impella. The plan was for the cruisers to distract the Imperial forces while a team led by Tobruk and Maguire stormed the vessel and sabotaged the reactor. When the rebels arrived, the fleet carrier opened fire. On board the Imperial vessel was Captain Palion and Commander Creel. Captain Palion was assigned by Grand Admiral Thrawn to the Tarkin Initiative for a while as a gesture of good faith. He was in command of the vessel while Creel was in charge of the special weapons and the Tarkin troopers. Palion ordered the deployment of the carrier's complement of experimental TIE fighters to engage the X-Wings. While the fighters and the main armaments of the Impella were occupied, Tobruk and Maguire boarded the fleet carrier. They were met with resistance and engaged the security team. One of the stormtroopers sounded the alarm and notified the bridge. Pallion went to the communication station and started to contact the 7th Fleet for help. Meanwhile, Creel went with his best men and went to guard the reactor. Tobruk and Maguire fought through all the guards and stopped outside the laboratory. A standoff ensued as Tobruk and Maguire pointed their blasters at the Imperial commander. Tobruk tried to convince Creel to stand down, but he refused, insisting he was a loyal soldier of the Empire. He complimented Tobruk and Maguire on their plan and wished them well. Creel then opened fire. The ship rattled as fire spread due to the shields failing. Creel received a communication from Pallion. He was ordering the crew to abandon ship. Creel activated his lightsaber and cut some of the clones down. He was trained by Darth Vader, and these men were trivial. He and Pallion made it to the escape pods and jettisoned all of them. Creel admired the Coalition for their unorthodox tactics, but Creel did not let his admiration get in the way of his duty. Creel activated a control on his comlink, which activated the Dark Troopers inside the laboratory. These Dark Troopers had very powerful armor and were droids, so were more dangerous than the average stormtrooper. The Dark Troopers chased the Coalition out of the reactor just as they had planted the charges. The Coalition desperately fired on the droids as they fled to the hangar. One of the Tarkin troopers, still alive, grabbed a rocket launcher and destroyed one of the shuttles that the Coalition had came from. There was not enough room for everyone to escape, so Maguire offered to stay behind and allow Tobruk to escape. Tobruk at first said no and insisted Maguire leave, but the clone said that if Tobruk were to die, the Coalition would collapse and all they had worked so hard for would be destroyed. Tobruk and Maguire said their tearful goodbyes and the remaining shuttle fled the Impella. Maguire and the rest of his men battled the Dark Troopers until the very end, as explosions erupted around them and eventually consumed them. As Tobruk's ship fled the system, Imperial reinforcements arrived, led by Admiral Words, and destroyed one of the rebels' cruisers while the others escaped. The survivors arrived at the Coalition outpost to recover, but sensors soon detected a mysterious ship that had attacked the Republic fleet, and it was sending down shuttles to a set near the base. An attack. Tobruk sounded the alarm and the rebels and Coalition manned the ramparts. Tobruk observed the enemy forces and determined it was their secret enemy that had harassed them since Naboo, but then Tobruk's heart skipped a beat as he observed a terrible enemy from a long, long time ago.